guys, it's Angie Chu, and today I want to tell you guys a little story about pee. Now, I'm not the one who peed on someone. I'm going to go ahead and throw that out there, but I am indirectly responsible. So this is one of my favorite stories to tell people who live through this experience. It's one of their favorite stories to tell people. I'm going to change some of the names, of course, to protect the innocent, but we're going to have some fun. So as you guys know, I go to a lot of anime conventions throughout the year and just do a bunch of panels. And when I go to these conventions, I take groups of people with me from Louisville to wherever the con is. Minimum size, usually about 10, maximum about 30 for some of our main cons of the year. So this happened at EvilleCon 2014. I had 3 rooms. I had about 18, 19 people all together. This was back when a lot of us didn't have as great of jobs, so we would overstuff the rooms. So you've got your 2 queen-size beds, so that's 2 people and 2 people, and then we would take an air mattress for an additional 2 people, so instead of dividing the cost by 4 for the weekend, we would divide the cost by 6 for the weekend. So in my particular room that year, I had me and my friend Cody in one bed. We have Lee and Eric in another bed. And then on the air mattress, we have my roommate, we're going to call him Jeremy, and we have our other friend, Dalton. Now, this was Dalton's very first convention. He had wanted to go to a con for so long, and things just always came up where he couldn't go. And the other thing is, Dalton's that kind of guy where you don't know what to expect from him. Like, sometimes he's super awesome, and sometimes it's like, what is wrong with you, dude? And he talks like this. Like, he's your stereotypical, like, stoner guy. Like, he is the poster child for weed. But we took him anyway. He was a lean cosplayer, and we're like, we're gonna have a lot of fun. So things started off on a bad note because Dalton had this backpack that had his cosplay, all of his change of clothes, and all of his cash in it. And by the time we get to Evansville, Indiana, we realize that his backpack with all that crap is still in his apartment. So he's there with just a little bit of money on his debit card, and that's like it. Like maybe a toothbrush. I don't even know if he had a toothbrush, but basically all he had was his wallet. But we're like, you know what? We'll go to Walmart tomorrow. We'll get some supplies. We'll, make sure he at least has a couple of things to wear. It'll be fun. So that night we start partying as usual. It's a Thursday night, it's the night before the con. We dress up really fancy. We go out and get some sushi, and we go and party in the lobby. A lot of the voice actors from that year, they kind of partied with us. That was a lot of fun. And at some point, Dalton meets some new people, and he runs off. And not only does he drink and smoke pot, but he does a lot of other drugs that I actually do not know what they were, but they were a lot. And so we go back to the hotel, and we just let Dalton know, hey dude, knock on the door when you get here, we'll let you in. We find out at that point Jeremy tries to blow up the air mattress, and it's malfunctioning, and we're like, crap. Well, Jeremy doesn't mind sleeping on the floor, so he made a pallet out of some blankets and some extra pillows, and he just let Dalton know, hey, the air mattresses aren't working. When you get here, lay on the pallet. And we're like, cool, like that's gonna be fine. So we go to bed about 3 in the morning. Dalton comes in about 5 in the morning. Say hi to one of my kitty cats. I'm sure you guys have noticed them in most of the videos. They like to say hi during the broadcast. But yeah, Dalton comes in about 5, goes to sleep on the pallet next to Jeremy, and we all sleep until about 11 in the morning. In the morning, Lee wakes us all up first, and I, Cody, and Eric just kind of chit-chat back and forth about our panels for the day. At some point, Jeremy hears us chatting, wakes up, and he stretches and then kind of starts patting around on the pallet. And we ask, hey dude, what's going on? And he says, something's wet here, like something spilled. So he's looking, he doesn't see any cups. He's next to the radiator, so we're like, maybe that's leaking. We don't see anything there. We start like feeling around the perimeter of the pallet, and nothing's wet. We're like, where did the spot come from? So Jeremy shakes Dalton awake, and he's like, hey man, did you have like an open beer or something? Something's wet on the pallet, and I just want to see what it is. Dalton says, I have no idea, like, what it is. I didn't bring anything in last night, man. And so I'm like, you know what, I don't care. I'm just gonna let the lobby know there might be a leak in our room, but we can't find it. So just so they're aware. And as we start to get ready, all of a sudden Dalton pats himself. And then finally, and I kid you not, these are the mannerisms and the way he said it. He just all of a sudden leans over to Jeremy and goes, oh shit fam, I'm sorry, I pissed myself. So we're all just in like disbelief, like, did you really just say that? And Jeremy's just staring at him and Dalton's still just like staring at Jeremy. And I've taken probably, you know, a good 100 people, if not more, to conventions over the past 10 years. And as bad as it sounds, I'm glad it was Jeremy that got peed on, because Jeremy prides himself on being calm and collected, and he meditates and yoga and all that. And he's probably the only person in all of the 100 who would not have thrown hands at Dalton for pissing on him. And instead, Jeremy just is like, okay, and like stands up and hurries off to the shower. So the fun part is, remember, Dalton doesn't have a change of clothes. And so he's just wearing his piss pants. So he goes up to Eric and he's like, hey man, can you take me to Walmart? And Eric's just like, fuck no, I'm not taking you there in those piss pants. So Dalton, being the Dalton that he is, realizes it's about a 2-mile walk, says he doesn't care. So it's March, it's like snowing outside, but he decides to go ahead and walk all the way to Walmart. And with what little money he has, he gets like a couple of cheap pairs of clothes, and then he walks all the way back. And somewhere between leaving the hotel and arriving back at the hotel, he also found a straitjacket. So when he shows up, he still has his piss pants on, and he's also wearing a straitjacket, and just like wallows his way back to our hotel room, and then finally showers and changes. And the rest of the weekend went really well. He kept the straitjacket on because he didn't have his Link cosplay, so he was like, I'm just gonna wear the straitjacket. So a lot of people avoided him at the con because they didn't know what to make of like the crazy man in a straitjacket. But I mean, to each his own. Like, cosplay's fun, and even if you make up a cosplay, no one says you can't wear a straitjacket when you cosplay. But yeah, I guess the moral of the story is try not to get drunk at anime convention to the point where you piss on a friend. Because then everyone remembers that story, and everyone who was at EvilleCon 2014 loves to tell that story. Like I need to put, oh shit fam, I'm sorry, I pissed myself on a shirt, and I would totally wear it, and I know several other people who would wear it. So that's just what I wanted to share with you guys today. If you've had a crazy anime convention experience or a crazy pee experience, just mention that below in the comments. I always like seeing what experiences you guys have. Anyone who has traveled with me, whether to a con or just to a vacation, if you guys have any stories you want me to tell, put those down here as well, and I'll make a video on those. But of course, make sure to subscribe so that way you guys get all of my latest videos, whether they're stories, skits, gaming, anything like that. And I will see you next time, my CHUUUSTERs. Bye!